Dear Diary, today is my baby's birthday. I can't believe that this little girl, my princess, has turned 7. I remember the day I discovered that I was pregnant with her. That was my first time having a pregnancy test done. I went to a local clinic, did the test, and then the nurse, she looked at the results and then she told me, "It's positive." And I was quite naive. I asked, "So does positive means pregnant?" And she said yes. And I smiled. And she asked me, "Oh, so have you been praying to get pregnant?" And I was like, "No." Actually, for the longest time, I've been hoping for the opposite. But I don't know why I smiled. And I was happy from that day. And I shared the news with those close to me. I remember when I shared the news to someone who was also like my mentor. She paused and then she looked at me and asked me, "Linda, are you keeping this child?" And I said yes. And she asked me, "Are you keeping her because you want to or because you don't have a choice?" And she told me, "If it's the latter, if it's because you don't have money, I will take you to the best hospital and they will take care of it. But if you choose to keep it because you want to, you will never lack. She will be your blessing." And I told her, I choose to keep the pregnancy. And true, this girl has been my blessing. Yes, there are times that I have lacked for a short while, but I know that I've even gotten in situations where I've gotten help just because of her and not because of me. And today I celebrate her. I want us to have many more adventures. I want to travel with my girl. And we decided to come to Rivers and enjoy this Ferris wheel. This was our first time experiencing this, and I'm happy we experienced it together. Happy birthday, my baby.
Since I can remember, since I was a child, you gave me all you could and all you had. Now that I am older, now that I'm grown, I see how hard you work to make our house home. If I turn out half the man you are, I'll be happy with my life. You showed me how to raise a family and how to treat a wife. You put food on the table, so I was able to follow every one of my dreams. If I turn out half the man you are, I've been doing alright. You said don't let pride get in your way, that would never get me down. Love as if there's no tomorrow.
It is my birthday. We are going for another round.
I can't always make it easy, but I always lend a hand if whatever comes.
You got me singing way oh, oh. You look like a guy who could treat me right. Way oh. Boy, take a chance, will you let me ride? Way oh. I could be the best thing in your life. Way oh. Baby, let's take a drive, take a drive, take a drive.
Dear Diary, we had a wonderful experience which I will always cherish. From the Ferris wheel, we went to have something to eat, even though I bought some snacks, but we just craved something different. So we got into this restaurant at Two Rivers Mall. It had a lot of things. So Taraji wanted this ice cream, and I'm telling you, it was so tasty. I asked her to let me taste it because, well, I also love ice cream. And then we also ordered chicken nuggets And this was our first time eating chicken nuggets too. I know someone from another country may be like, what? That is so common. But we've only seen these things in other people's vlogs and in movies, but we've never actually tasted them. So when they came, they were so yummy. We just ate them and then chilled and then went back home. Dear Diary, the past few days I've been so exhausted, so I've not been able to take care of my home the way I would have wanted to. I remember the first time I moved out and started living on my own. Essentially, I was not on my own. We were 4 girls living in a single room. Not a bed sitter, but a single room, 4 girls. It was a lot of fun. I didn't know any different because that was my first time not living with my parents or my relatives. I had the most fun. But then again, when I moved out and started living in my bed sitter, I started appreciating my own space, and I started having this grateful or thankful spirit around me. Whenever I would clean my home, I felt like I was thanking God for giving me this space, because I first moved out into a small bed sitter and then into another big bed sitter before I moved to a 1 bedroom. I always remember the parable of the 3 servants, or the parable of the talents, which is in the book of Matthew chapter 25 verse 14. It talks about this king or this rich man who was going on a trip, and then he entrusted his money to 3 servants. He gave one servant 5 bags of silver, the next one 2 bags, and the next one 1 bag. So the one that got 5 bags, he invested it, and then he earned another 5, same to the one that got 2 bags. But the one that was given 1 bag dug his silver in the ground and hid it, and when the master came, he was like, yeah, this is the silver that you gave me and given you back. But the other 2 gave back what they had also earned. So the first person gave back 10 bags and the second person gave back 4 bags. And the master was pleased with the first 2. He says, well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Then to the one who hid his and only gave back what he was given, the master said, take the money from this servant and give it to the one with the 10 bags of silver. To those who use well what they have been given, even more will be given, and they will have abundance. But from those who do nothing, even with what little they have, will be taken away. So you may feel like your home is not the best, you have a tiny space, you would have preferred to be in a better place. But what are you doing with what you've been given? What are you doing with what you have in your hand? Because if you take good care of it, then God will even bless you with more. God, the universe, the higher power that you believe in. There's something that I want to read from the book of Matthew 25:14, still on this parable. In verse 15, he says, He gave 5 bags of silver to one, 2 bags of silver to another, and 1 bag of silver to the last, dividing it in proportion to their abilities. Dividing it in proportion to their abilities. So you may feel like you deserve more. You deserve better than, you deserve the same as other people that you envy. But God has given you according to what you are able to handle, according to your ability. And if you take good care of it, then God will also bless you with more. And this does not just apply to your home, to whatever it is you have in your life. So what are you doing with what you have in your hands?
I can taste something bitter in the sweetness. There's an aching in my lungs 'cause I'm not breathing. I break myself to pieces, test my patience, craving just a little validation. When will I start feeling like I'm good enough for you? Only happy if you're happy for me. Dying every second you ignore me. Now all my self-worth depends on you. When did I become so desperate? When did I become so insecure? I hate myself so you can love me more. When did I become so desperate? Break the mirror on my bedroom door. How much longer can I do this for? Do this for?
Dear diary, I love taking care of my body through exercise, but I've been slacking off. I've not been consistent, and today I decided to start again because you can always start again. So I'm starting slow with skipping ropes, and then day by day, I want to build up this healthy habit. I want to be fit, not just for losing weight purposes. I want to be those people who you see at 70 and 80 and you're like, wow, how are you able to walk straight? How are you able to do this? I know when I exercise, it also helps me mentally. My mind is clear. I sleep better. I don't have insomnia. And so I vow to take care of my body the best way I know.
Scared that nothing that I say is gonna convince me. Need to hear it come from you, or I don't sleep. I spend my free time wishing I was different. New identities and new beginnings. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. When did I become so desperate? When did I become so insecure? I hate myself so you can love me more. When did I become so desperate?
Dear diary, I love food. I'm not one of those people who eat so they can live. I am grateful that I am alive because that means I'm able to eat. And I love breakfast so much. A lot of the times I take the time to make a breakfast that I enjoy, but sometimes I get lazy and I just do the basic bread with tea. So this day I decided to go back to my famous fluffy pancakes because I love them. I want to make my life as beautiful as I can with what I have. And one of the ways I do that is through food because I already love food. So you can take the daily things, the mundane things in life and make them more beautiful so you can enjoy them more.
Break the mirror on my bedroom door. How much longer can I do this for? Do this for?
When did I become so?
When did I become so insecure? I hate myself so you can love me more. When did I become so desperate? Yeah.
First of all, I miss you. And secondly, I never wanna see your face again. I get that it makes no sense. Oh, but I've been trying to forget that I remember you exist. I'm just exhausted, 'cause you said you needed me, and I took that way too seriously. So forgive me for saying I'm sorry. I don't need nobody except maybe you. Is it true love if I don't love anyone else? Maybe it's time that I stop lying to myself. I'll make another playlist with words I'd say directly to your face if I was brave enough. But instead I will give it a title that matches yours. Then listen with my headphones in and wonder what I'm crying for. I'm just exhausted, 'cause you said you needed me, and I took that way too seriously.
My Dear Diary series is about events in my life that I'd like to document, maybe in a special way. It's just like something you'll write in your diary, like, oh, diary, dear diary, this happened today and this happened today, something like that. So something that I'm comfortable sharing. Also, I really hope you enjoy this series. Please let me know if you want me to do more of it. Thank you so much. Nawapenda sana, and see you in my next vlog. Bye bye.